Every single day, markets are moving based on language, on earnings reports, on central bank statements, on millions and millions of tweets. But what if the AI tools we're all using to make sense of that text are actually getting it wrong? The stakes are, well, they're huge. So to figure out if our AI tools are really up to the task, we're going to dive into this fantastic paper. It's called EcoFinBench, a natural language processing benchmark for economics and finance. And it's by Max Ahrens, Dragos Gorduza, and Michael McMahon. What they've done is create, essentially, the ultimate testing ground to see which AI models can truly understand the language of.
And right from the get-go, the paper's abstract lays it all out. It spells out their mission and, really, a bombshell finding. They created this benchmark to test a whole suite of models. And what did they find? That these dictionary models, the ones that have been the go-to tool for years, they underperform substantially. We're definitely going to unpack what that means.
This really gets to the heart of it, right? It's one thing to have an AI tool, but it's a completely different thing to know if you can actually trust what it's telling you. And to find that out, you can't just run a few tests here and there. You need a standardized arena, a place where every single model has to face the exact same challenges.
So, for a long time, like over a decade, the world of finance has been relying on what the paper calls a workhorse model. It's a method that's really simple, it's intuitive, and it's been the default choice for ages. But is it actually any good? Let's find out.
All right, so let's pull back the curtain on this old guard. This is the model that has been the reigning champ, and it's the one the researchers are really putting under the microscope.
Okay, so it's called the Loughran-McDonald Dictionary, or LM-DICT for short. And at its core, it's pretty straightforward. It's basically just a massive handmade list of words. Think of words like profit or growth. They get tossed into a positive bucket. Words like loss or risk, they go into the negative bucket. The whole idea is to then score a document based on how many of these words pop up.
And the way the most basic version of this works, it's almost, mechanical. The model just scans a document, it counts up the positive words from its list, counts the negative ones, and then it calculates a simple ratio. If there are more negative words, boom, the document is labeled negative. There's no room for context, no nuance, which, as you can probably guess, can be a huge problem.
Okay, so to give this old model and, all its modern competitors a truly fair fight, the authors constructed an arena. They called it the EcoFinBench, and it's basically a collection of different datasets, all designed to mimic the real-world challenges of financial language.
Now, what makes this benchmark so good is just the huge variety of challenges it throws at the models. We're talking everything from little bite-sized tweets to these massive, sprawling policy documents that are thousands of words long. So this isn't just a test of an AI's vocabulary, it's a test of its stamina and its ability to handle the full, messy spectrum of financial language.
This slide right here, this gets to the absolute heart of the problem. A sentence says inflation is going to increase by 2 percentage points. Okay, is that good or bad? Well, it depends, right? If inflation has been dangerously low, then that increase is actually great news. The point is, without the numbers for context, the words are almost useless. And this is where so many AI models just completely fall down.
So, we've got the arena, we know the rules. Now let's meet the contenders, stepping into the ring to challenge that old dictionary model.
All right, in one corner, we have our reigning champ, the dictionary model. A little old, a little simple, but it's been around forever. And in the other corner, you've got this whole new generation of fighters. You have word count models, which are a little smarter than the dictionary. You've got topic models, which are kind of like detectives looking for hidden themes. And then you have the heavyweights, the transformers, models like BERT and FinBERT, built to understand the subtle context of language. It's old school versus new school, and the results, well, they're going to surprise you.
Okay, the stage is set. The models have all been tested. Let's get to the verdict, because the results are not what you might expect.
Wow. And it is a first-round knockout. Seriously, when it comes to just analyzing plain text, the modern transformer model, FinBERT, it absolutely demolishes the old dictionary model. Look at this, a 95% score versus a dismal 23%. This isn't just a win, it's a total changing of the guard.
And the authors themselves just drive this point home. That old workhorse model, at least when you use it in its most simple form, consistently and substantially fails to keep up. It underperformed on every single dataset they tested it on.
But wait, just when you think it's case closed, the story takes a really interesting turn. Remember that really tough challenge, the Greenbook dataset, the one with that messy mix of dense text and essential numbers? This is where things got really weird.
Okay, get this. The winner of the hardest challenge wasn't the fanciest, most advanced AI. It was a hybrid model, one that combined the old-school dictionary features with modern data analysis. Why did it win? Because it was the only one that knew how to look at both the words and the numbers together. It's like the old dog taught the new dog a very important trick.
And what about our heavyweight champ, FinBERT? It totally stumbled. It scored a measly 29%. This just goes to show you that even the smartest AI can be a bit of a one-trick pony. It can read the words, sure, but it can't read the room, and in the world of finance, that's a fatal flaw.
Okay, so let's wrap this up. What does all this mean? What's the big takeaway for where this field is, and more importantly, where it needs to go next?
So, what have we learned from this big AI showdown? First off, it's pretty clear it's time to retire the simple dictionary model as the default tool. It's just not up to the job anymore. Second, if you're just dealing with text, transformers are your new best friend. They are the undisputed champs. Third, and this is the really big one, even our best AI models are kind of lost when they need to combine words and numbers. And finally, in a real surprise, the simpler word count models actually held their own, performing very competitively across the board, proving that sometimes simpler isn't necessarily worse.
And all of this leaves us with one final, really important question. This benchmark has shown us that understanding the language of finance isn't just about reading words, it's about interpreting mixed signals. The current generation of AI isn't quite there yet, which means the race is on to build the next generation of tools that can actually understand the full economic picture.